There are so many beautiful reasons to be happy today. One of the best reasons is today we have our English class. You are warmly welcome. Today I give you the revision of the poem The Squirrel. You may have seen a squirrel sitting on the ground eating a nut. How does it look like? Here is a poet's imagination of such a squirrel. He wore a question mark for tail. The squirrel has a question mark for tail. An overcoat of grey. Its fur is covered with grey overcoats. He sat up straight to eat a nut. It sits straight and eat a nut. He liked to tease and play. The squirrel likes to tease and play. And if he ran around his tree, he went the other way. If he ran around the tree, it goes in other way. In the poem The Squirrel, the poet Mildred Powers describes a squirrel that he observes in his garden. What does he observe? The poet observes the appearance and movements of a squirrel. Yes, the poet observes the appearance and movements of a squirrel. It is so playful and it gives the swift movements. It attracts the attention of the poet so that he dedicates his poem to the creator of nature because he can see the new image of a squirrel which takes him into the new world. The poet describes how the squirrel is. It is covered in grey fur. It is covered in grey fur. Sits in an upright position on a tree branch. The color of the squirrel is grey with darker stripes. What is stripes? The lines which a squirrel has on its body. What is stripes? The lines which a squirrel has on its body. See the image of the squirrel, how its tail looks like. It looks like question mark and then interrogation mark. Its tail roll about like a question mark. It eats nuts and sits straight. The action of the squirrel displays its naughtiness and its beautiful nature. Seeing the squirrel itself so naughty and also seeing eating nuts, it cheers up the poet. It is very shy and it goes away if anyone plays around it. It loves a game of hide and seek between him and the squirrel. The squirrel would go and hide in the other direction. He likes the tease of a squirrel. The poet enjoys with the squirrel happily. Now we shall see some synonyms of the poem. What is the first synonym? Wore. Wore is a past form of wear, which means to carry or to have on the body, like to wear a coat, wear a watch. Here, wore means had. He wore a question mark on its tail. The poet describes that it had a question mark in its tail. We can see this in the poem line. Second synonym is question mark. Question mark means sign of interrogation, which means the symbol of interrogation. What is the spelling for interrogation? INTERROGATION. What is question mark? Question mark means sign of interrogation. See the third synonym. Third synonym is straight. Straight means erect. ERECT. How to pronounce this word? Erect. Straight, the meaning for straight is extending or moving uniformly in one direction only, without a curve or bend. The synonym for straight is erect. What is this word? Erect. Now, I tell you the meaning for erect. Erect means to raise something in upward position. What is erect? Erect means to raise something in upward position. Do you understand? Yes. Shall we go to the fourth synonym? Okay. See the fourth synonym? Around. Around means near, which means on every side or on all sides. Example, the squirrel moves around the tree. That means the squirrel moves on every side of the tree. Fifth one is other way. Other way means opposite direction. In the poem, the poet says the squirrel went in the other way. That means the squirrel went in the opposite direction. Sixth word is like. Like means relish. Relish means enjoy or love. See the example. She plays a role with great relish. That means she plays a role with great enjoyment. I tell you one more example. She ate her cake slowly and with relish. How did she eat her cake? She ate her cake slowly and with great enjoyment. Here, the word enjoyment, it refers relish. Do you want one more example to understand this word? Okay. See this. I always relish a challenge. That means I always love a challenge. Is it easy? The seventh synonym is tease. Tease means make fun of. Example, he is always teased by his brother about being short. That means I said you the meaning for tease is make fun of. He is always being made fun of by his brother about being a short. Second example, don't tease your little sister about her new haircut. That means don't make fun of your little sister about her new haircut. Have you understood all these synonyms? Now we can write this in our classwork note. Before writing this topic in your classwork notes, take the index page, write serial number, today's date, and the topic Poem 1, The Squirrel. Now write inside the classwork notes. Take a new page. Take a fresh page. The same, you write today's date, write the heading Poem 1, The Squirrel in center of the first line. Write neatly. Leave 2 lines, then write the heading Synonyms. Write the first letter S in capital. Leave a line. Write the first word WOR, W-O or E. Write W in capital. Put hyphen and write had, H-A-D, had. Leave a line. Then write the second synonym question mark. Write Q in capital. Now put hyphen. Then write sign of interrogation. I-N-T-E-R-R-O-G-A-T-I-O-N. Interrogation. Leave a line. Now write the third synonym straight. Put hyphen and write the word erect. E-R-E-C-T. Erect. For straight, you write the first letter S in capital. Write the fourth synonym around. Put hyphen and write the word near. Now write the fifth synonym other way. Put hyphen and write the word opposite direction. Leave a line. Write the sixth one like. put hyphen and write relish. Now write the seventh one, tease. Put hyphen and write make fun of. Shall we see once the synonyms? First one, wore, means hat. Second one, question mark, sign of interrogation. Third one, straight, which means erect. Fourth one, around, near. Fifth one, other way, opposite direction. Sixth one, like, relish. Seventh one, tease, make fun of. Next topic is phrasal verbs. What is this word? Phrasal. Phrasal. Phrasal verbs with the meanings and examples. Use phrasal verbs to be smart in your English. So, let us see phrasal verbs today. What is the first phrasal verb? Aim at. What is the meaning for it? Target. 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 See the example. Our new course is aimed at people who want to learn English for business. That means our new course targets the people who want to learn English for business. Tell you one more example. Disney Corp aims most of its movies at families and children. Have you seen the movies of Disney Corp? Yeah, like Beauty and the Beast, The Lion King, or the movies of Disney Corp. This Disney Corp targets most of its movies at families and children. Is it easy to understand? Yeah, good. See the second phrasal verb, back out. The meaning for back out is criticize. What is that word? Criticize. C-R-I-T-I-C-I-S-E. Criticize. Criticize means indicate the faults. What is meant by criticize? Indicate the faults. Let us see an example. Don't back out Australian English. That means do not criticize the Australian English. What is meant by criticize? Criticize means indicate the faults. I tell you one more example. He backs out her cooking. Backs out means criticize. He criticizes her cooking, which means he indicates the faults in her cooking. Is it easy to understand these two phrasal verbs? Yes, I hope you can understand this. Shall we write this heading in our classwork notes? Okay. Take a classwork note and write the heading phrasal verbs with the meanings and example. Write the letter P in capital. Leave a line, then write the first word aim at. The next line, you write the meaning to target. Write the letter A for aim in capital and T to target, that the word T also in capital. The next line, you write example. Our new course is aimed at people who want to learn English for business. Write neat. Okay. Leave a line. Then write the second phrasal verb, back out. The next line, you write the word criticize. Write C in capital. For the back out also, write P in capital. After criticize, and the next line, write the example, don't back out Australian English. Write the Australian A and English E in capital letter because it is proper noun. Now we can see the short answer questions. See the first question. What is it? The question is, who is sitting on the ground? The answer is, the squirrel is sitting on the ground. See the image. Who is sitting? It is a squirrel. The poet describes a squirrel which is sitting on the ground in the poem line. It sits up straight and eats a nut. So, It is clear. The squirrel is sitting on the ground. Now see the second question. How does the poet describe the squirrel? The poet describes the squirrel as a naughty and an intelligent animal. Isn't it, children? Have you seen a squirrel playing around the tree or in the garden? Yes. Here in this poem, the squirrel plays hide and seek with the poet. It moves around the tree and also it teases the poet. So it is naughty and an intelligent animal. Hence it is proved. So that the poet describes the squirrel as a naughty and an intelligent animal. Do you understand these two questions? Yes. Now you take your classwork notes and write the heading short questions. Leave a line, then write the first question. When you begin the sentence, write the first letter in capital and keep full stop at the end of the sentence. Write neatly in your classwork note. Now see the first one. Who is sitting on the ground? Write the question. Who is sitting on the ground? Put question mark. The next line you write the answer. The squirrel is sitting on the ground. Leave a line. Then write the second question. How does the poet describe the squirrel? Put question mark. The next line you write the answer. The poet describes the squirrel as a naughty and an intelligent animal. Now we shall see the third question. What is the third question? How does the poet describe the squirrel's tail? The poet describes the squirrel's tail as question mark. What is the first line of the poem? Do you remember? Yes. He wore a question mark for tail. It means the squirrel's tail looked like a question mark. In the poem, the poet says he wore a question mark for its tail. So that the answer is the poet describes the squirrel's tail as a question mark. What is the fourth question? Look at the screen. Do you like the poet's description of the squirrel? The answer is yes, I like the poet's description of the squirrel. I like the poet's description because the way he describes the squirrel is very beautiful. The poet describes the squirrel as it has a question mark in its tail. It wears grey overcoat. It likes to tease and play with the poet. So, yes, I like the poet's description of this squirrel. Take your classwork notes to write the third question. Remember, when you begin the sentence, you should write the first letter in capital and keep full stop at the end of the sentence. Now see the third one. What is that question? How does the poet describe the squirrel's tail? Question mark. Put question mark. Then the next line you write the answer. The poet describes the squirrel's tail as question mark. Keep full stop. Leave a line. Then write the fourth one. Do you like the poet's description of the squirrel? Put question mark. When you write the word poets, P-O-E-T, put up apostrophe, then write yes. Okay, good. Now in the next line you write the answer. Yes, comma, I like the poet's description of the squirrel. Keep full stop. Do you enjoy today's class? Good. I meet you in next class. Until, take care. Bye.